you snakes? My name is Dante, and today it's Podcast Tuesday once again. And this time I'm really close to going to Brussels for Magic Fest Plus Brussels. So there are two possibilities. You know, last podcast was about my Dredgeless Dredge deck, but there was also the other possibility where I was going to play Big Red, also known as Chunky Red or Untitled Red deck. But yeah, this is the other possibility of my Pioneer deck in the GP, or if I even just qualify for the Mythic, then the Mythic. Yeah. Okay, so it's quite good. So I'm probably going to try, like, what deck I might use will just be depending on what you viewers think. What would be a better deck? My Dredgeless Dredge, or my Mono Red, or my Big Red deck. So yeah, this is one possibility, and yeah, it's gonna go good. So yeah, let's talk about it. So I'm probably going to use both Big Red and Dredgeless Dredge when I'm doing the Mega Last Chance trials, to see if I actually make it to Mythic Championship. And if I make it to Mythic Championship, or I don't make it, if I make it to Mythic Championship, I'd of course just use the deck that got me there. If not, it'll be up to my results in those tournaments using the Mono Red deck or the Dredgeless Dredge. And it will be a bit of your choices. What should I play, actually, in the GP? Yeah. But let's head on straight to the deck list. Yep. Let's do this. So first one. Oh, hi, Ray. How are you? I'm okay. Yeah. It's good. Well, this is 4 copies of what might be a mini wipe. Goblin Chain Whirler. 3 mana, 3/3 Goblin Warrior with first strike. When Goblin Chain Whirler enters the outfield, it deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature and planeswalker they control. It's good when it comes to wiping out small things. For example, white weenie decks, mono black and kill. It will also inflict damage upon the planeswalkers. So even against control, it might be good. And always at 1 point of damage against the opponent. And by itself, a 3 mana 3/3 with first strike is quite good in mono red. Yeah, it is really good. Also, it's a goblin, which has his advantages and disadvantages. And he works really well with Thorbrand as well. Just wait until I get to Thorbrand, so I can explain you why Thorbrand exactly. Well, if you want to find the deck list, it is in the description on YouTube, on MTG Goldfish, or you can check it out on Twitch on my extension, the MTG Goldfish overlay. Yeah, where you can find out my deck list and rarity counts and other stuff. Yeah. And yep, it's going to be good, hopefully. So a mini wipe, as in just a small board wipe, and built in onto a 3/3 creature of first strike. Let's get to the next one. Oh. Oh. Oh, okay. Sad. Well, there is Pioneer in Battlezone, Back to Games, possibly even in or Back to Games. No, I'm not sure. I think Back to Games also has Pioneer. Yeah, and there's also probably there's also in well, this is what's known as a Goblin Summoner. It runs 3 copies of Goblin Rabble Masters. Oh, thanks. Thanks a lot. Well, there is a... Well, thing is that I don't have the 3 copies of Goblin Rabble Master, so I may buy the other 2. Or I can just, instead of running 3 Goblin Rabble Masters, I play 1 Rabble Master and 2 Legion War Bosses. Yep. Which is the alternative. So Goblin Rabble Master is a 3 mana 2/2 Goblin Warrior with other goblins you control attack each turn if able. And when you have combat on your turn, you create a 1/1 Goblin with haste. Whenever he attacks, it gets +1/+0 on turn of turn for each other attacking Goblin. So he is literally a Legion War Boss. Well, the thing is that instead of forcing the Goblin token to attack, it forces your other Goblins to attack. And it comes with a built-in Goblin Power Driver, a smaller Goblin Power Driver. But he's actually better than Legion War Boss. Because the thing is that the mentor doesn't matter much. Yeah. Whoa, on the other hand, Legion War Boss doesn't force the other goblins to attack. He only forces the goblin token that entered this turn to attack. Yeah. Well, yeah. Also, a Goblin Rabble Master is quite good because don't try double Rabble Master because it's not a good idea. If you have 2 Goblin Rabble Masters, they'll force each other to attack. And you don't want that to happen. Because Goblin Rabble Master is just mainly that goblin that summons goblins. And probably when he wants to charge in, he just charges in and gets really strong. Whoa. But if you have 2 Goblin Rabble Masters, it's going to be a bit tough. But yeah. It's probably better to have 2 Legion War Bosses than to have 2 Goblin Rabble Masters. Yeah. That's what I think. But yeah. This is a Goblin Rabble Master for you, the Goblin Summoner. So that's one. And we got Soulscar Mage. It's, the Prowess. It's a Prowess creature, 4 copies of it. It's 1 red, 1/2 human wizard with Prowess. If a source you control would deal non-combat damage to a creature an opponent controls, instead put that many -1/-1 counters on that creature. So, if you do also this works good with Goblin Chain Whirler, since it will put -1/-1 counters on the opponent's creatures with a Soulscar Mage out. So this is actually quite good. And yeah, Soulscar Mage, it's just really good. Rather just use a Soulscar Mage instead of a Monastery Spear because it's more significant the -1/-1 counters and haste. It's a slower version of red, but it gets really powerful in many moments. Well, good thing is I still have Wednesday and tonight after the podcast and after dinner to practice on MTGO until I get to Magic Fest Plus Brussels, where I get the real practice, which is in Mega Last Chance Trial of the 5 Mega Last Chance trials, the final chances to get into Mythic Championship Brussels. If not, then I just go for Grand Prix. Yeah. Also, it's good because there's a lot of direct damage in this deck, like Goblin Chain Whirler, there, Bone Crusher Giant, Wild Slash, Glorybringer, Lightning Strike. Yeah, a Braid in the sideboard. Tybalt's 1/1 Devils in the sideboard. And a Fry and Flame Sweep. Yeah, and a good thing is only applies to your opponent's creatures. So even if you Flame Sweep and you have a Soulscar Mage out, your creatures will not get -1/-1 counters. It's only the opponents, which is quite good. Next one. And so we got Bone Crusher Giant. It's an above average creature, but below average shock. So Bone Crusher Giant is a 3-mana 4/3 giant with whenever he becomes the target of the spell, deals 2 damage to spell's controller. Includes yourself, but why would you target it? Only your opponent will try to target it with removals and stuff. And even if they do that, they'll get hit back. It's not a really important effect, it's just powerful as a 3-mana 4/3 creature, which has a below average shock, or below average lightning strike, or what might be called a mini skull crack. Because Stomp is its adventure, 2-mana instant adventure. Damage can't be prevented this turn, deals damage to any target. Not sure when it would be important to unprevent damage. Probably if your opponent's playing Turbo Fog. If they have lots of fogs, root snares and stuff. Well, I'm not sure if fog is legal in the format. Well, let's see. Yes! It's legal in the format. Confirmed. Fog is in the format. Yes. So Bone Crusher Giant can unfog the fog. You can even if you just in game 2 and you're playing against a Turbo Fog deck, just sideboard in a Skullcrack. Also, Wild Slash can do the trick to unprevent damage. Yeah. Yeah, but unpreventing damage is only worth it against Turbo Fog. Yeah. But Bone Crusher Giant is a creature with a built-in removal creature, which is semi-removal proof. It's really good. Even if you want to play Pioneer, but you don't have a Pioneer community at your store, or you don't have a store in your country at all, MTGO always exists. MTG Online always exists, so you can play Pioneer. You can buy yourself a Pioneer deck, rent a Pioneer deck with mana traders, and then you can play Pioneer. It will be cool. That's all. Next one. And we got 2 planeswalkers in the deck, 1 of each. So there's Chandra, a Quality of Flame, 3 mana, 4 loyalty, legendary planeswalker Chandra, 0, put loyalty counter on each red planeswalker you control. You'd only do that if your opponent has 2 blockers. So then you can't just use the effect, and you just have to charge up Chandra and probably the other Chandra. So other 0, create 2 1/1 elementals. They gain haste and sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. Yeah. So yeah, you just use it, temporarily summon some elementals to attack, then they just die. Also, you can also use it to charge up other Chandra if you have both on the battlefield at the same time. -2, you target until end of turn, target instant or sorcery in your graveyard with CMC 3 or less gains flashback. Until end of turn, flashback is, well, yeah, more like basically you can flashback an instant or sorcery from your with CMC 3 or less from your graveyard. It doesn't say flashback, it's just a different term, and of course it will exile itself. The other Chandra is Chandra Torch of Defiance, 4 mana, 4 loyalty, legendary planeswalker Chandra, +1. It's out top recovery library. You may cast that card immediately. They haven't rewarded it. They haven't rewarded it yet, unfortunately. You have to cast that card in the moment. They say not to reward it to be this turn. So you have to cast it at the moment. So you can actually override speed. And if you don't, it deals 2 damage to each opponent. +1, add 2 red. -3, deals 4 damage to target creature. Which also works with Soulscar Mage to put 4 -1/-1 counters. So -7, you get an emblem with whenever you cast a spell, deals 5 damage to any target. So yeah, it's really good. Also works with Soulscar Mage, because it can also deal direct damage. And it's so good. It can supply you with extra cards. And if you don't get the extra cards, it will deal damage to your opponent. Extra mana as well, in case that's necessary. Built-in removals. And the -7 win con, where you just destroy your opponent with some spells. Yeah. Really good. Next one. What? How did he step in? Oh, never mind that. Well, what is actually the card is Torbrand, Fane of Redfell. That's what I was talking about earlier. What could synergize with Goblin Chain Whirler? It's the damage amplifier. 2 copies of it. Torbrand, Fane of Redfell. 4 mana, 2/4 legendary dwarf noble. If a red source you control would deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, it deals that much damage +2 instead. It's so good. It really is powerful. And can get out of hand really quickly. For example, Goblin Chain Whirler now deals 3 damage to everything. So it's actually not mini wipe anymore, it's just normal wipe. And with direct 3 damage to your opponent as well, so yeah. The goblins will deal 3 damage now. This does not rematch a match. Stomp deals 4 damage. If he gets targeted by a spell, it's 4 damage to controller. Elementals are actually quite strong. Chandra's +1 could deal 4 damage. And her -3 can deal 6 damage to a creature. And, well, the emblem is colorless. Wait, Is the emblem colorless? I don't know. I think it is. Yep, the art is actually different, in case if you noticed. That's how how did he step in? Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, it's just a joke. Whoa. Yeah, let's get to the next one. Number 14. Sim? Oh yeah. Well, not really 14, but more like the better shock. Also with mini skull crack as well. Wild slash, 1 red, instant, ferocious. If you control a creature of power 4 or greater, damage can prevent it this turn. Deals damage to any target. So it's a better shock. It's actually now $5 due to Pioneer. Thanks a lot, Ray, for the 4 wild slashes you gave me 4 years ago. Oh wow! I've been playing this game for 4 years already. Yeah. And it's just really good. Wild slash. It is a better shock. It can also get really it can even if you just have ferocious, which might not be very likely, but it can happen. It can actually unfog a fog, so damage can prevent it, so it can unprevent damage. Like you attack with a lot with big stuff. Okay, fog. Well, response. Wild slash. She answers you. Damage can prevent it this turn. Fog resolves. Okay, fine. Now damage. You're dead. And then you're like, what? How? Who knew this ferocious part was actually going to be important? Well, it's strictly better than shock, but it's only slightly. The unpreventing damage is not really an important part, but yeah, it literally is a better shock. So including, it's really good. It's just shocking all over matchups. Overpowered shock against Turbo Fog. Yeah. Next one. How do you kill your opponent unexpectedly with 2 mana open? With this! Ambercleave, 1 copy of it. The killer card. 6 mana, legendary artifact, equipment. Flash, costs 1 less to cast for each attacking creature you control. Once the battlefield attaches to a creature you control. And enchanted equipped creature gets +1 and has double strike and trample. Equip free. It's really good. So you can just unexpectedly strike when you're attacking with big creatures. Like you could attack with Glorybringer or Bone Crusher Giant, and even better if you have a Bone Crusher Giant, or even better if you have a Torban out to amplify the damage. And then and then when they block it or they just leave it unblocked, Amberclave! Equip it that, so then it gets really strong, double strike. So it gets slightly stronger, double strike, which is actually really much stronger. +1, double strike, trample, just to avoid jump blocking. Even if your equipped creature dies, you can just pass it on to the other creature for 3 mana. Yeah, it's just really good. It's when you have it down, it's game winning. Unless if someone has some way to destroy it, which they wouldn't have in game 1 probably, unless they're using what's it called again? Oh yeah, Assassin's Trophy. You can even Also, if you have 6 mana and you have to defend and you want to surprise your opponents, you can even cast it when blocking. Cast it, equip it to a creature that would like to block. Boom! You slay a creature easily. Yep. But the cost reduction only happens for attacking creatures you control. So it's an attacker card. And not a defender card. Yeah. It is quite good. Yeah. Yeah. It's really good. Wow. Next one. And we got Glorybringer, 3 copies of it, what might be known as the Exhausted Destroyer. 5 mana, 4/4 dragon with flying haste. You may exert it as attacks. When you do, deals 4 damage to target non-dragon creature an opponent controls. So, the non-dragon part is not really that significant, but it can get really powerful because you can use this to attacks. It's just a 5 mana 4/4 flying haste, which already is good, and can start off killing the opponent's creatures by tiring itself, by exerting itself to just shoot down a creature. Yeah. And it's really good. Not many people expect it. Like, they go like, okay, Glorybringer, and it just attacks. And they go like, what? And yeah, it really is really unexpected. Got Glorybringer. Yeah, it's good. Yep. There we go. Also, since it exerts itself, it's known as the Exhausted Destroyer. Yeah. Next one. Oh, what? I already did that. Never mind that. And it's Lightning Strike. A quick removal, 4 copies of it. 2 mana instant, deals 3 damage to any target. Yep. It's plain old Lightning Strike. It's just good. Since Lightning Bolt's not in the format, you just have to use Lightning Strike. Still good. It doesn't... yeah, Lightning Strike is just a powerful card. Because it can be used as direct damage or quick removal. Yep, like a Wild Slash. Yeah. Lightning Strike and Wild Slash. Really good. Especially even better with Torbrand, which amplifies the damage. Or with Soulscar Mage, which converts the damage into -1/-1 counters. Yeah. It's good. Next one. And we got Rekindling Phoenix, what might be an unstoppable creature for 1 mana, unless they exile it, or they double kill it. The only way you can just kill it is exiling it or double tap. Well, what I mean by double tap is just kill it once, and then just kill the token before it comes back. There you go, that's what's known as double tapping. Yeah. It's 4 mana, 4/3 Phoenix with flank. When he dies, it creates a 0/1 elemental with at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice it and bring back Rekindling Phoenix. Gains haste on turn of turn. So yeah, even if they just kill it, it'll come back and gain haste. So they won't make it forever sick. It will still be unstoppable. It will still just like come back and ram into them. So you're like, okay, dies, comes back, ram into them, and then you're like, what? And yeah, so killing it is not enough to, will not, like, it will not stop it from not being summoning sick. It will not keep it summoning sick forever. It will not stop it from it will not get sick. Yeah, because it will get haste. Next one. A 2-in-1 carry Zev, Skyship Raider, 2 mana, 1/3 legendary human pirate with fly, first strike, menace. When she attacks, she summons a 2/1 Ragavan, yeah, which is a legendary monkey, and which is tapped and attacking, but you exile it at end of combat, not end of turn, so it'll just die immediately. Yeah, well, die at end of combat, not at the end of his turn. Even if you just somehow just extra combats, which in this deck you can't. Well, there's 2 copies of it in this deck. You can't have extra Ragavans because it's legendary. But either way, it sells itself at end of combat, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. Yeah. Unless if you can stifle the trigger. That's a sneaky trick. Never mind that. Well, but you can't do that in this deck. You can't stifle a trigger. Yeah. Well, it's quite good. Carries F. Also menace, meaning like it will be hard to kill it as well. The opponent will need 2 creatures, and it's a high toughness as well, so it's just hard to kill. You need 2 creatures, and then at least total power 3 to kill it. Yeah. So next one, the golden next one. So it's tiny but dangerous. 1 red, 1/1 creature goblin soldier with haste and battalion. Whenever he and 2 other creatures attack, at least 2 other. Yeah, not exactly 2 other. Creatures you control gain first strike and trample until a turn, and can't be blocked by tokens this turn. So yeah, it's good to stop a bit of chump blocking because prevents tokens from blocking, gives trample, gives first strike in case if that's necessary. Well, yeah, it's actually quite necessary. So it protects the creatures as well. And he has haste, so you can start attacking. So you can actually start putting a lot of pressure as soon as it comes in. It's really good. It's tiny but dangerous. He's going to be an unexpected threat really quickly. So, next one. Well, yeah, is simply the lands. So, well, end of main deck, it's time for the lands. There are 17 mountains in this deck. So this deck runs 25 lands. There are 17 mountains in this deck, 4 Mutavaults, and 4 Ramunap Ruins. I was thinking of replacing a mountain with a sun-scorched desert, but or with some other desert which can be functional with Ravnica ruins, but it's not really a good idea. Well, Desert of the Fervent would be good in case if you don't need any more lands, you can cycle it off, or you can use it so that Ravnica ruins can eat it. Yeah. You can check what good deserts there are. So there's Desert of the Fervent, which can go well. Not sure if that will be Dunes of the Dead can actually be good when it comes to because it can be like a sun-scorched desert, but instead of dealing 1 damage to the opponent, it will be really good if you just sacrifice it to Ravnica Ruins, since it summons a 2/2 zombie, which will constantly attack the opponent. Grasping Dunes could actually be good, so it can be sacrificed to Ravnica Ruins, or even you can sacrifice it to itself to just start to put in -1/-1 counter a creature. Scavenger Grounds was the major choice, mainly for sideboard, but some were running it mainboard to exile graveyards. Yeah. And it could also sacrifice a desert, so it could sacrifice itself, sacrifice Ravnica Ruins, or vice versa. So Ravnica Ruins could sacrifice Scavenger Grounds. And the Sun-Scorched Desert was the not so good choice. Yeah. Which is a desert that when enters deals 1 damage to your opponent. I don't know. Or it could do damage to planeswalkers as well, the Sun-Scorched Desert. Well, what do you think would be good? Do you think 17 mountains, 4 Mutavaults, and 4 Ravnica Ruins is okay? Or do you recommend anything else to the deck? Scavenger Grounds, Sun-Scorched, the other, the zombie one? I don't know. Your choice. So now, it's time for the sideboard. We'll be right back with the sideboard. Hello, MTG Strategist. How are you? And welcome back to the podcast. It is sideboard time. Yep, sideboard time in mono red Pioneer deck, chunky red, big red, or even untitled red deck. Whatever you prefer. Yeah. Well, this is sideboard time. So, let's head on straight to our first sideboard card. We got a Braid, 3 copies of it. It can be used as a removal or destroying artifacts. So when your opponent is playing a lot of creatures or artifact deck, just put in a Braid so it can just destroy the stuff. It's 2 mana instant. Choose one. Deals 3 damage to a creature or destroy an artifact. So I was thinking of... So initially I was going to play a Smash to Smithereens, but I saw their decks that were running a Braid instead. But Smash to Smithereens, like, the difference is it destroys the artifact and it deals 3 damage to the controller. But Braid, it destroys an artifact or deals 3 damage to a creature. Yeah. It's really good. But it can't deal damage to players or planeswalkers. It can destroy artifacts, but, well, can't do both. That's the thing. It does not work like Smash to Smithereens, where it destroys an artifact and deals 3 damage to the controller. It's one or the other. Not one and a similar effect. Next one. And we got 2 cards, 2 copies of each, which would go good against life gain strategies. There is Skullcrack, which is 2 mana instant. Players can't gain life this turn. Damage can't be prevented this turn. Deals 3 damage to a player. Or Planeswalker. Yeah. Tybalt, Rakish Instigator. It's 3 mana, 5 loyalty, legendary Planeswalker Tybalt. The opponents can't gain life. -2 creates a 1/1 devil with wet dice. Deals 1 damage to any target. Skullcrack can also be good against Turbo Fog because it can break fogs. It can unprevent damage or make damage can't be prevented, so it's really good as well. Yeah, Skullcrack. But Tybalt is just also anti-life gain strategy, like Skullcrack. There are not many Turbo Fogs out there anymore because the thing is that the Nexus of Fate got banned, which actually might be quite good because I don't play Nexus of Fate. Yeah. Next one. Yeah. Oh, hello, Liz. How are you? So you can disable any threat if it has activated abilities. 1 copy of each. There's Piffing Needle. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Hopefully it will go well. So there's Piffing Needle. Which is 1 mana artifact. Essential battlefield. Name a card. And activate abilities of sources with the chosen name can't be activated under their mana abilities. Sorcerer's Spyglass does the same thing, except it's 2 mana, but gets to look at the opponent's hand, and then you choose any card name. Yeah, like Piffing Needle. Well, not like Piffing Needle. You just have to say it. Sorcerer's Spyglass will get to peek into the opponent's hand and get to pick a card. Yeah, it's good. They're both good. I don't have 2 Piffing Needles, so I just put 1 and 1. I might buy a second Piffing Needle when I'm there. Next one. Yeah, remember to do that if you haven't already. Well, this is good against a Dredgeless Dredge or any other graveyard strategy. Probably only Dredgeless Dredge because that's probably the only graveyard deck in this format currently. So 1 copy of each. Yeah, my other deck is just Dredgeless Dredge. So if you want to check out Dredgeless Dredge, just watch my other video, last week's podcast, and then you can review what would be a better deck. Mono Red or Dredgeless Dredge. So there's 1 copy of each. Draft Digger's Cage, 1 mana artifact. Creatures in graveyards and libraries can't enter battlefield. Players can't cast spells from graveyards or libraries. And Tormod's Script, 0 mana, tap, sacrifice, exile cards from target player's graveyard. Well, actually... Oh, wait. Oh yeah, now I think of it. Drafter's Cage got reworded. Like, in 2017, when I was in Modern Masters 3, it actually said, creatures can't enter battlefield from graveyards or libraries. Now it says creatures in graveyards and libraries can't enter the battlefield. Wow. It doesn't matter much. They just reworded it like how they do to some other cards. That's one. Well, this is against any blue deck. There is, of course, blue would run creatures and or planeswalkers. There is no such thing as a blue deck without creatures or planeswalkers. So there's Fry, which is 2 mana instant, can't be countered. Deals 5 damage to target creature or planeswalker, that's white or blue. It's good because it deals immense amount of damage to a white or blue creature, so probably kill it, and can't be countered. So they won't be able to stop it. It's just really good. Yeah. Also, another card you should consider against a blue deck is Goblin Piledriver. It's 2 mana, 1/2. Goblin Warrior with protection from blue. So yeah, it's good to against blue. So it'll be immune to blue stuff. And when it attacks, gets +2/+0 on turn for each other attacking goblin. So it's like Goblin Realm Master's effect as well, which is quite good. Goblin Piledriver is just really good. Either way, it will be very game changing against blue decks. The Goblin Piledriver, yeah. Once it's in, it's hard to defeat. Yeah. Well, you can't use blue removal on it. You can use any other removal, but yeah, it's really a Piledriver. It's really powerful. Yeah. There are quite a lot of goblins in this deck. Legion Loyalist, Goblin Chain Whirler, Goblin Realm Master and his Goblin Friends. Probably even Legion Warboss and his Goblin Friends. Yeah. But let's get to the final one. And it's the board wipe. 2 copies. Flame Sweep, 3 mana instant, deals 2 damage to each creature except for creatures you control flying. And yep, it's a good card. You'll just wipe out the opponent's board, protects your flying creatures, which probably only be Rekindling Phoenix and Glorybringer. Yeah. Well, good thing about Torbran, it only amplifies damage dealt to opponent stuff. So, if you have this and Torbran out, it is not bad for you. Actually, it's really good. It's not synergizes really bad. It synergizes really good because it deals 2 damage to your stuff, but deals 4 damage to your opponent's stuff. And your flying creatures are still left intact. So your Torbran still doesn't die to this effect, which is quite good. Yeah, it's so good. So just try using Flame Sweep with Torbran. Don't avoid doing that. Actually, opposite. Try do that. This is actually, well, the thing is that this is actually a maybe board for the sideboard. I'm considering whether to use that or just occupy the 2 other sideboard slots on other stuff. I don't know. What do you think, viewers? What do you think about this deck? So, and do you think this would be a good deck? Or would you rather go with Dredge the Stretch? What would you recommend to add to this deck? If there's anything you should add? And what should you add to Dredge the Stretch? Really? This is open to opinions. So any opinion you have, just write in the live chat, top chat, stream chat, comment, and it will be open for opinions. If you like and subscribe, you can get a free code. So, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it, and bye!